So today we are going to be taking a look at Riverdaw's account. We're looking mostly at his alchemy, but he also needs help just overall account. So we're going to take a look and see what happens with there. We can tell right off the get-go he's going to need help in the alchemy because he's only running with 2.5k bubbles. He's got all onyx statues, so that's looking pretty good. He's got a nice set of keys, and his shrines are almost level 20. And I hate his obel page because it's better than mine. Let's go ahead and take a look at number tab 1. So he's got 67%, aka he has 6,700 levels. His stuff is looking pretty juiced. Looking pretty good. He's got nice stamp upgrades here. Right off the get-go, 2 stamps really go out to me is the crystalline stamp. Get that to 200. And followed by multi-tool stamp, which is also another 200. You want both of those, getting those up. Those are some of your biggest power spikes. Especially with crystalline stamp for just the increased crystal spawn chance, and multi-tool stamp for the base efficiency, which is super good, especially for ladles. If you want to start pushing cooking a little bit higher, you want to also double down on ladle stamp. These 2 alone get this to at least 200 plus. These 2 stamps alone is literally what makes you get thousands of ladles per day. Cooking speed one's looking all right. Spice is looking okay. A lot of these are all right. Hopefully this will get a little bit easier World 6. Like maybe we'll get a, reduction cost for this because you're taking the diminishing returns from the 155. But let's see. I want you to start getting, if you can get those up to 200, I expect you to hit stamp level. I want you to see stamp average at least. At this point in time, I would say you're almost there. I would say about 7,500 stamp average level would be definitely a really good place for you. So I definitely start going there with just stamps alone. I'll just leave that for now for the stamps that I want you to work on. Those seem like the 3 very ones that are kind of popping in my face at the moment. And I don't think you really need to worry about anyone else for too much longer. And I mean, if you're really feeling advantageous, you can start working on Mason Jar and also Card Stamp. Those are 2 that are also really good as well. And also Potion Stamp. Boost Food, super good. Golden Apple Stamp, all of those also really, really solid stamps. But we'll work on those first and then we'll continue. Just make sure you got all bribes. All bribes, you're not missing any bribes. Cool, love to see that. Anvil, how are we looking for points here? I can't even see the points on this page. That's fine. Moving on to Alchemy. This is where we're going to spend most of our time. So our next bubble upgrades, we're looking at about 101 to 116, 88 to 89. Okay, there's a lot of work here. So we mostly want to work on skilling bubbles to start pushing up. The first thing out of anything, multi-resource bubbles. Multi-resource bubbles to equal 300%. And this is including like star signs and stamps, etc. You'll add all of these together to hopefully get yourself to 300% because that is multi-resource cap. So things like multi-logo, Wyoming blood, sploosh sploosh, also bug squared, all of those things you're going to want to get to at least 300%. That's going to help you tremendously with your printing samples. And the right big things, let's start off with an easy one. Let's start off with mostly building atoms, because what's the easiest way to start building atoms with alchemy? Well, that's going to be logs. Why are logs better? Because the log on log talent just makes it that much easier. So right off the get-go, we're going to work on things like Mage's Best. We want to get Mage's Best. I'm not going to write this down. You're just going to have to learn. You see the little percent underneath it? That means that's the potency of the bubble. So right now at 195, you are getting 79% of the overall bubble's power. So we want to get that to 85%. 85% isn't too bad. Should be pretty start for you. So we're going to start off with getting all your skilling bubbles to 85%, and then we're going to work on getting it to 90%, but after we get the skilling, start getting damage bubbles, because you're going to want to do a little bit of both. So the ones that you want to get for skilling to 85% are going to be Mage's Best for the multiplier, Hocus Chop is for the MP increase for your efficiency, Multi-Logo, get it up to 300% chance. We want Librain tools for the extra tools giving extra skilling power. Definitely want to get cooking roadkill, because this will help with alchemy, which will in turn help you push more bubbles. You want to get things such as Severe Purple. Severe Purple also helps with the multiplier. And another big one is Tree Sleeper. Now, I know those things are hard to get, but you want to get these point that you can actually get a lot of prints from him. So then you can start printing atoms, which in turn will let you get more upgrades in the future. You also want to get Slave Log Soul, which is also a super potent one, and a Slave Wisdom. But Slave Log Soul and Slave Wisdom will be the last ones you want to get. I would suggest to get all the other ones to 85% before you try to get these ones to 85%, just because they take so many atoms to upgrade. Now, going down the Yellow Cauldron, we want, same thing, Archer's Bust at 85%. You can do Hammers, it's a linear bubble, but it's not really that big of a deal at the moment. Sonic Tools, 300% for Bug Squared. We want to get Perma Green, which is also a very good one, and Fly in Mind, which is also solid. Same with Slabo Critter Bug and Slabo Agility. Did I not say green? I meant to say green. So right now, what we're doing is we're going to be working towards snowballing, because this is how this game works. You work up to a point where it feels like you're not making any upgrades, and then all of a sudden, bam, you snowball, you get a huge bunch of upgrades, and then you plateau again, and then you build up for your next snowball. That's basically what we're doing right now, is we're building that snowball. And then for the Orange Cauldron, we have Warrior's Rule, Hardy Diggy, Wyming Blood, you want that to 300%, Sploosh Sploosh, you want that at 300%, Strong Tools, and then you want to go with, not only do you want Multi-Orange and Dream of Ironfish, you also want to have Shimron. Now, Shimron is really good because it gives you food effect, but specifically gold food effect. And what are the two things that you get gold food for? Golden Ribs for fishing efficiency, which is, we all know, fishing sucks. And also Golden Peanuts, which is for mining efficiency. So getting this up to 85% does nothing but benefit you. And as we're going, we also want Slabby Oarfish, and as well want Slabby Strength. But those can be the last things you want to get to 85% because they're not giving you as much as the other ones will. And while you're at it, if you want also to help out your skilling big time, is going to be, if we go down here to our wonderful, well, Diamond Chef is also helpful as well. You want to get that up, but I mean, you can add them that. So that's super pog, the fact that you can add them Diamond Chef, but is Big P. Big P gives you a higher bonus. For instance, if you're running stuff like Bear God, it increases you to get more talent points, more max talents. So max talents like Log on Logs, or like the first one for more efficiency, which in total equals more prints. I feel like Big P is actually a very, very underrated bubble, and I feel like it's a huge thing to have in the long run. So we're gonna stick with that. So as I said, focus on skilling bubbles first. Skilling bubbles first. Everything that I just suggested, those are the ones to work on, so you can make 3D prints specifically for those until you can get to the point of atoms, and then you could just make sure to do your new prints and get oak logs, so then you can build those atoms up, so then you can just use atoms every day. So, skilling bubbles, 85% for the ones that I just listed. Now, let's head over to your vials. There's very specific cauldrons. Let's head to cauldrons. 170, 170, 170, 170. Perfect. Love to say that. Pay to win, 307, 307, 220. Okay, I mean, you could spend some time. You could definitely spend some time working on getting your caps and rates up a little bit more, but your caps and rates are pretty good. Alchemy XP, 15, perfect. Let's take a look at vials here. So it looks like you have some vial. Okay. We gotta check something here quickly. I got it. Where's your Kapow statues? Yeah, vials are vile. Oh no. Did you use all your Kapow statues? You already onyx them? Okay. So if you have you done all, so if you've done so here's the thing. If you've done the quest to get all your Kapow statues, what I strongly suggest is anybody is wait until you get Skinny Ocal to level 13. And on top of that, get the other Vial Masteries up. So this goes to 100% chance. So you double up on your Kapow statues, because your Kapow statue is super hard to get, but it increases your crit damage by such an extreme amount. So going forward, for the people that are going for specifically this, you want to make sure that Skinny Ocal is at that. I've only done the quest line of 2 people, I think. You want to make sure to get as many level 13 vials as you can before you do your next Kapow deposits. All right, so far your vials are looking all right. I mean, you're missing, Ball Joe Pickle vial and the Hamster vial, which, I mean, is okay. It's okay. No, you cannot get No, you cannot. So you want to work on specific vials, such as like Void Vial for mining efficiency, or like I believe there's also, what is the other ones? There's also, so there's a couple that you want to calculate here. Okay, well, let's see if we can find them. So it's Void Vial, Gross, which is the Mesquite's Nose catching efficiency. You want to get that up. The Spanish Sahara, which you already have, is chopping efficiency. Yeah. If you have over 100% Sydney Ocal, you cannot get ×3 statue deposits, and that's not a thing. And then you also want Long Island iced tea. So those things right there is 100% what you want to get straight away. Pearl Seltzers, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I mean, those things will definitely help you more pushing your prints as well, because it'll give you more efficiency in the long run. How's your sigils looking? Since you've already went so far on your sigils, the 2 sigils that I would suggest you to just knock out would be Treasure Trove. Just get that done. Get it 1 and done. And also get Emoji Veggie. Because that will cover not only your drop rate, but that will also give you Gold Food Effect, which are super goated. Super strong. So get those ASAP, Reno. Let's head over to Islands here. It's got nice some trash here. Okay, he's got the messages. Cool. Has a shimmer looking. He's got... So you're doing total % damage. Hot take. I personally think going skill efficiency is better. Just my personal opinion. Just going all out on skill efficiency. The book's not even that good. I wouldn't necessarily worry about the book that much. At least in my personal opinion. But skill efficiency, pretty based. Let's take a look here. Let's see what your prints are. Let's just take a look at what they are here. So you got, well, at least got 90%, 72%. So you want to, 62%, 90%, 64%. So you want to double check, make sure that you have 90% on everybody, no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at your prayers. Royal Sampler. That's exactly what I've thought. You're missing 1, 2, 3 Royal Samplers. So you want to make sure that you're run Royal Sampler on everyone to ensure 90% sample rate. And if you guys want to know how to find out how much sample rate you have, you don't need to use a website. You can actually just go into your construction skill tab, click on construction, and it'll show you your 90% or whatever % your sample rate is currently at for that character. So it's nice and easy to check. And you also have the lucky trophy. You have the nothing trophy. I hate my life. Why does okay. Well, I just gotta go on a rant for a second. Why does everybody have a nothing trophy but me? Why am I literally the lone survivor of luck so bad that I don't deserve something like a nothing trophy? Am I not worthy? Am I just not okay just to have it, dude? Like, this is horrible. This is dog water, dude. Hate this game, bro. This game is worst. Whoever plays this game is a loser. Anyways, going forward. Rank 30, rank 15, rank... Oh my god! Okay. We need to fix our salt ranks. So, in the Discord currently, River, there is a spreadsheet. We need to look at there is in the idle index, you can go to, I think it was made by Jet. Shout out to Jet for making that refinery. We need to create perpetual motion. You don't have to do this. This is just an optional thing. I personally, when I'm just starting to get everything lined up, I like to create perpetual motion. So you need to take a look at what level your red ox salts is, and then what you'll be able to do. You can also do the calculations here. Like for instance, the per hour cost is 1.55K. Every hour you're making 3.88K. So that's fine. That's not a huge deal. But if you see here, you're making per hour 1.55K, but it costs you 1.78K per hour. So now you're going in the red. So now you're not able to continue that perpetual motion because you keep on going to the red. This one's fine because it takes you 454 to get that per hour. This one is fine as well. So right now, and then also you need to work on now you're taking out too much of your nullos. So you need to kind of like find a way to be able to get that all working together, and then you can rank up stuff accordingly with that sheet, and that will be able to help you in the long run. So, and then we go into Atom Collider. When it comes to the Atom Collider, since you're getting to that point for Prince, hard focus Boron. But here's what you do. Boron is going to be a hard focus for you for no matter what, just because it's so good. It is incredibly strong. But the problem is you don't want to get too extreme. But here's a trick. When you go to level up Boron, what you want to make sure to do is, one, you have your atoms to spend for the day. So say if you have like 20 upgrades for the day, okay? You want to spend that 20 upgrades, and then you want to rank up Boron. And if you rank up Boron after spending those 20 upgrades, you get those back because you upgraded it. So that means technically you could do 2 of those upgrades per day if you upgrade Boron at that same time. So what you need to do is you need to think in your head when you're calculating to upgrade Boron, do I have enough atoms to spend the atom upgrades for all my alchemy bubbles, buy Boron, and then do it again? If you can't do that in a single setting, don't do it. It's just not worth it. So that's how you need to think in your head when upgrading Boron. Equinox. Looking not too bad. Liquid Investments, awesome. Equinox Dream, looking good. Slow Rose Whiz, Matching Skims, that's going to help with your damage, perfect. Laboratory Fuse is kind of dog water, but that's fine. Okay, and you have Faux Jewels. All right, so I mean, your Equinox is looking all right. I mean, slow and steady wins the race. Can't really hate about that. Take a look at the buildings. Got full 3D printers. Talent Book Libraries looking cooked. Death Notes Max, that's what we love to see. Salt Lick is good. Chest Space is awesome. Automation Arm, that's what we love. Cost Cruncher, okay. All of those are looking good. Pulse Mage, boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then Poisonic Elder. Okay, you know what? Your towers are looking great. I honestly have nothing bad to say about your towers. Your towers are fine. What you need right now is you need Construction Mastery. You need Construction Mastery, and I believe is it the Atom Collider bonus that you need as well? Yeah. You also want to start working on Carbon as well. Carbon is going to be a big one. So the two ones I want, Hard Focus Boron and Carbon right now, because you're at that point where you're kind of going to start capping on your wizard towers. So you want to start working on that ASAP Arena. Let's take a look at the Death Note. Ooh, you know what? I think you're about time to start working on your Eclipse Skulls. But are you in the Rift though? That's the real question. Tremor Worm's 44. That means you do have Eclipse Skulls. You do have Eclipse Skulls. So I would suggest, if anything, to help build up a little bit of damage, just to see where you're at. This is a good way to test to see where you're at the game, is to Eclipse Skull. World 1 and World 2 at least, minimum. Because if you can do World 1 and World 2 Eclipse in a timely manner, that gives you an idea of where you're at. Eclipse World 1 and World 2 without candies should take you, I don't know, I'd say approximately 2 weeks, give or take. Maybe a week to 2 weeks a world. At least for World 1 and World 2, if your multi-kill was that. If not, use candy. If you have the leftover candy, use that. That's perfectly fine. So something that you could definitely use indeed. But so that's something that you can work on for when it comes to your Death Note. Definitely something you want to start cooking. Oh, you've been super chowing? Yeah, that's okay. I mean, if anything, personally, I prefer to use, if it was me, I would prefer to Eclipse Skull first, so you get that extra multi-kill bonus before you start super chowing. But that's just my opinion. It's up to you. Totally up to you. Prayers are looking good. Skill Dimwit. Skill Dimwit should be maxed. Skill Dimwit, maxed. Now, the reason why you want Skill Dimwit maxed is because it's one of your strongest skill efficiency things in the game. And also, I need to make this very clear. The curse that gives you negative 104 skill XP gain is not a multiplicative bonus. It is an additive bonus. So people thinking you're going to lose all your skill XP and get no XP, that's not true. You're actually only losing 1.04 times XP. So if you take a look and you have 10 times skill XP, you're actually only going to go down to 9.9, what is that? That would be 8.96. 8.96 times skill XP. Thank you. Yes. Instead of what people are thinking that they're going to lose all of that 10 times. Sorry, math is hard. So definitely want to max out skill dimwit and then run it whenever you're taking prints or whatever. Midas Mine, super, super good. You want to get Midas Mine max, Jawbreaker, so another one max. Those are two very, very strong ones. Yikes. Yikes, you maxed Royal Sampler. It's okay. Not a huge deal, but yikes. So usually, for the rule of thumb for Royal Sampler is usually only needed at level 11. That's bad. It's not a big deal. It's just you just lose more XP. But this is also the same thing. This is additive. So you're actually only losing 0.87 times, or 0.87, instead of losing 87% of your overall XP, right? So same thing. You had 10, you would only be going down to 9.17 or some 9.13. Mass. Balance of Pain should be maxed as well. This is a very strong one. And then Balance Proficiency is actually really good. I honestly, here's the thing, okay? I think people personally sleep on Balance of Proficiency. This is such a underrated sleeper prayer that a lot of people think it's dog water, okay? Because it's like, oh, bro, I'm losing skill efficiency. Who doesn't need that? Skill efficiency is very, very, very good for things like worship, because worship only gives you bonus souls for more efficiency. Also, because it's also based on max wave, it's really good for trapping, especially when placing nature traps. This is how you skyrocket in nature traps. Also, not only that, it's really good for pushing smithing XP, because smithing doesn't require efficiency either. We recently found out that this doesn't work with construction, so this is my bad. I made that mistake before. So so Balance of Proficiency is so good. Don't sleep on this. Level this up. It's because whenever your characters are not doing skilling, they should be running Balance of Proficiency. You should take out skill dimwit. That's what I do, and it's done nothing but good things for me. Max it, absolutely. Max it. So the things you want to max, just to go over. Things to max. Balance of Proficiency, Balance of Pain. These are the first ones you want to max. Midas Mind is good just for the extra drop rate for bosses because they don't count for the curse. And skill dimwit. Those are the big ones that you should do. And then you can do stuff like Jawbreaker. But for the time being, just work on those ones. You don't really have to worry about Fiber of Absence so much because that's usually just for pushing Rift. Speaking, let's take a look at your worship here. Ah! Yikes! Ooh, yeah, unlock Zerg Rushogen as soon as you can. Ooh, okay. Right off the get-go. Worship needs love. So, what you need to do is you need to not use Charge Siphon. And remember, this is a perfect learning. This is perfect learning. Because remember how we just talked about Balance Proficiency helping with worship? This is why. This will help you greatly with it. Because then you can use because you don't want to use Charge Siphon only. Because I see that you're 106 on your wizard, which instantly tells me that you only use Charge Siphon. What you want to do is you want to take your characters and you want to make sure to run as much as you can with skill XP and then use all your charge on each individual character. And you can see which XP gives you the most. Because if you look here, you say XP per charge. Your best XP per charge right now would be Frosty Firefight. But you need to get more max waves. You are more than capable for more max waves. You are ready for higher max waves. Okay? You are 100% ready. Now, if you guys don't know as well, this right here tells you XP per max charge. It is not saying that if you spend that charge, that's how much XP you get. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, okay? So one singular charge is going to give you 653 XP. So if it costs you 90, that is 653 times 90. So that's very good. So what you need to do is you need to, okay, get your max waves up. Get your max waves up and then use your charge. And then that will give you a lot more XP, and this will give you a ton more skill points, an insane amount of skill points. And by the way, why is your Bubo and your Divine Knight not with a skull? You're missing out on a disgusting stat stick. These are insane stat sticks, especially when you can get it up to a Dreadnought skull. Like we're talking like all stat business. So you definitely want to locked on crafting them. At least need a normal skull. Like your worship level 36, you could do at least 2 tier skulls up. Okay? You want to get that going as soon as possible. Go ahead and roll on that. Or at least go to the shop and buy a basic skull. It's better than no skull. They don't have one at all. So that's the next thing that you should do. And then just start leveling up your worship. Also, with some of these people, you could use balloons on them. If you guys didn't know, if you wanna have an easy time of leveling up worship and you're like 1 to 40, all you have to do, chat, is take some balloons or some pearls, take a trip down to the, the beautiful tower defense, wherever it is, World 1, World 2, World 3, whatever. Enter the tower defense, and you start spamming balloons, and they'll all go into worship XP because you're in worship. And you can do that for each character and use a very small amount of charge, and there you go. Boom, out of nowhere, you get a bunch of XP. It's easy peasy. 1 to 40, not even hard. You can also do that with trapping as well. So he's got level 52, level 42, level 55, level 46, 36. He's all doing, okay, good. He's all doing, now have you done the Maestro? Okay, so have you done the Maestro sort of style here? You know the Maestro, or you know the V-Man trick with the transfusion? We need to go over that one as well. I placed them on V. Okay, cool. So well, I mean, we've had that in the if you guys want to watch the other video. Oh, not okay. So here's what you do. Okay, this is the big brain play. I'll go over it one more time because this is really big play. So what you do is this only works with Trapper Drone. Okay. So what you do is you run Balance of Proficiency, which nerfs your skill efficiency but gives you more skill XP. You run the Yeti Golden Yeti meat, which gives you skill XP. And you also stack as many skill XP cards as you can on your V-Man. At the same time, also get putting all the talents on skill XP as well. And then also transfusion. And then what you do is when you're going to place the traps on your V-Man, because you can place all the traps on one character for every single character. You place nature traps, but before you place it, you use transfusion. And if you use transfusion, this will nerf your skill efficiency to the ground, but give you tons of skill XP. Because with nature traps, you get no critters. You need no efficiency whatsoever in order to get lots of skill XP. So you can nerf it to the ground, get as much skill XP as possible, and then drop all nature traps on every single character on Blobfish, because this is the highest that you can get, and you'll get massive amounts of levels in a very small amount of days. Stark Devi went from 25 to 41 in 2 days with this strat. This is huge. This is massive. Because the difference is this is the mechanic that comes in. You know how we keep on talking about HP snap, NP snap, card drop chance snap. Well, did you actually know that this originated from trapping? Because trapping is the original one that has implemented the mechanic known as snapshotting. Because trapping takes a picture of your character stats when placing and then accumulates it when collecting. So that's how you're going to be able to get a ton of skill XP for a small amount of time. So that's something that you want to do, and that will help your trapping immensely. Salt Lake, let's take a look here. Looking all good. I mean, Salt Lake, you can only get so much. I mean, you got all the main ones done, so that's all that matters. Okay, let's look at construction. Okay. Now, before we continue on to this one, Take a look. How many DKs do you have? You have 1 DK. Okay, so you're going to be doing a 1 DK build setup. So, if you don't know, believe it or not, you don't want all your players on the board. You have 2? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. 2 DKs. I'm blind. It's fine. So you're going to want to start doing a 2 DK setup. So what you're going to want to do here is we're going to head over down back to where we were. Head on over, and you need to get this set up. So if you want a really nice, easy setup like I do, okay, this is what I do for my setup. It's not too crazy. It's just there's booster cogs around here, and but this is only a 1 character setup, okay? This is only a 1 setup. You're going to be wanting to run a 2 setup. So what you need to do is either you can find somebody in Discord that can help you with a 2-man setup, or what you can do is you can use the cog optimizer that I believe is already here, right? You should be able to optimize some stuff. I don't remember how that works, but I've never used it personally. But this will help you, because what you really want to do is you want to have all your other guys building cogs. All right, that's the main thing. You want your characters building cogs while your 2 DKs are getting build rate. Because in reality, the long term of things, all your build rate comes from your Divine Knights. Click the optimize button. Here, let's do player XP rate. Here, let's try that. Let's see what I optimize. Let's just have a little fun with it. I hate that. I don't think that helps at all. I think that's stupid. I think that didn't optimize jack shit, personally. Yeah, let's just do build speed. What does build speed do? I think it's because your DKs aren't juiced out enough. I think that's why. Yeah, this is Garbo. Yeah, no, don't listen to this, bro. No, listen to this. All you need to do, yeah, bro, it gives you another 58.9. Oh, so just optimize what you currently have. That's all it does, is it optimizes what you currently have, which, I mean, it's okay. That's the first time I used it. Just, yeah, but like I would say, slap the better ice cold take, dude. Yeah, you have to remove the extra tunes on the board first. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of work skis there, but you should only be running 2 DKs, which is 99% of your build rate. And then put all your other characters building cogs, because that'll help you in general, because you need to build up your cogs. Your cogs are a little low. So and then that way you can able to get your cog board set up much better. And then that way you'll be able to farm more cogs as well. Man, I haven't touched cogs so well. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not very good at cogs. That's like my weak point. So, but I have a good idea with them, I would say. Okay, so moving forward, what is your cooking speed? Take a look here. So 47, 40, 43, 43. We're looking here, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 35, 30, 30. Okay, everybody's 30. Okay, great. Perfect. Perfect. So, this is good. Your next thing is fluoride after boron and copper. Or carbon, sorry. Fluoride after boron and carbon. Gonna be super huge. Definitely want to get that cooking, because right now you're at the point where you're looking pretty good. Usually how it works is eggs, cabbage, corn dog, and then on your way to the other ones, such as the cherries and whatnot, all that good stuff, just for build speed. I mean, for cook speed. But at the same time, with the main ones that we're looking at is like cannoli, super goated. Super goated. Cannoli's great. Also, at the same time, you could be working at, where is it? We need to look at for whipped cocoa. Whipped cocoa is amazing. Like you have, so the thing is you have a ton of 1 ladles. So what you need to do is you need to get a bunch of ladles. And here's what I did. This helps a lot. I take a stack of 10 ladles, okay? Stack of, one sec, before we continue. Not trying to be that guy, but like, Kills just came in and suggested a link. I don't know about you, but I would be paranoid enough not to click that link. Just saying. Just FYI. All right. I mean, I would prefer if somebody else sent him the link, but that's just me. No offense against Kills, but I mean, no offense, but you just got here. So I mean, do I trust it? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I'm just saying. I'd rather see you guys safe here. Okay. It's not that I don't trust it. Just it's not enough. Not enough time. You know. Anyways, moving on. I'm paranoid, so that's my fault. I'm a paranoid person. Okay, that's just who I am. So the main ones you want to work on are things like Whip Cocoa. You don't need Leak because you're already hitting skill prowess. Rice Ball is huge. Corn is huge. Those are the 3 ones that are going to give you massive amounts of skill efficiency. Same. I mean, you're looking pretty good with your breeding for the most part. I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to breeding, I am absolutely useless. Okay, I am the most useless person. What I would suggest for when it comes to that is just go to the idle index and use the spreadsheet for pets. I suck at pets. I'm so bad for pets. Yeah, no, nothing on you, Kill. I just rather just, you know, be safe. Nothing against you, bro. No, nothing against you. Love the link, dude. Yeah, I mean, you never know. You might be going to like 5 Nights at Freddy's Rule 34 shit. So I mean, I'd rather we just be safe. I mean, your lab looks pretty good, not too bad whatsoever. Let's take a look at sailing. I think we're almost done here, and then we're gonna take a look at your characters, and we're gonna kind of finish off from there. So Eldritch looking good. Moorhead, I mean, you don't really need to get that. You got Foxy Tusk, that's good. Silver Ankh, Arrowhead, AD, Triangulon, Bicycle Try. The main one I'm working on, you do have Fury Relic. Okay. You have Fury Relic. Now I know about looking at your characters that it will be okay. Crystal Stake, you want to get this. Ooh, you're missing on some big ones, dude. You're missing on a ton of all stat. You wanna finish off your. Make sure to unlock rest artifacts and get at least ancient. Also, well, I mean, in that case as well, you have one character equipped to permeate. Okay, cool. That's great. That's lovely. Okay, that's good to see. I'm glad that you have that. Sorry, Socrates. Sorry, is that better? Is that better? You want Socrates? And then, yeah, that's good as long as you have one on permeate. Perfect. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff that, I mean, sailing speed right here. You can level that up for more sailing speed. Sailing speed right there as well. Level those up. I mean, if you're trying to hard focus, you can just hard focus and make sure your captains will have that. But I mean, other than that, your artifacts are fine. Gaming, you don't have a bigger nugget than me. Thank God for that. Gaming, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Just click plants, bro. Just click plants. Get bonuses. No, I don't know, man. Just gaming, bro. it's just gaming. I upgrade base plan a bit. Yeah. Be quirky with it, you know. It's OP. Yeah, good stuff. Let's just double check here. How's your dungeons? Ooh, that's a big one. Finish off Dungeon Flurbo Shop. That's definitely a good one to finish up. You have 862 boosted runs. Get it done. Get it done. Go join Happy Hour. Get a Happy Hour role in Discord, and whenever somebody pings Happy Hour, jump on it, dude. Get that going. Get that cooking. Get the times 20. Wait. Does he have the prayer, though? Yeah, you do. Want to run Vacacious Tissue whenever you're doing your boosted runs. Whenever you're doing. Dungeons depress me. I hate them, dude. Well, the thing is, we have lots of people that are so juiced out for party dungeons that they just run them just because. So, I mean, the chance of you one and dunning it, I mean, that's why I love the IBA. It's so easy to do. Storage. I mean, you know, you can start working. I mean, you're also at a point where you can start green stacking as well. There's a lot of stuff that I can see here that you could green stack. So if you want to take the time and start green stacking, it definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. Green stacking is definitely in your future, which is all nice and hunky-dory. How's your apocalypse looking? Zow's. Super Chavs. Oh, and just a heads up, if you have 2 Blood Berserkers and you play on PC, you play on Steam, right, River? I'm taking a guess. I saw your setup. I assume that you're a PC player. What you want to do... One sec. Okay. Heatsink's doing pretty good. What you want to do is, if you guys don't know, Blood Berserkers Super Chow. Okay. You don't know. If you're playing on PC specifically, on Steam, the Super Chows only count for your second one, for your second Blood Berserker. But if you're only on mobile, it only works for your first one. But if you played on mobile and have connected to Steam at one point or another, it is your second Blood Berserker. Confusing? I know. But it is what it is. And let's take a look to see if all the constellations looking good. Star signs. Star signs are looking not bad. Let's take a look at IdleOn. You're missing some of them. Make sure to unlock all your star signs while you're at it. So is it good? Yeah, you're good. You're good. So now we're going to take, I think you're pretty much all good for that. Let's take a quick look at characters here. So since we're still helping with the skilling, we want to take a look at helping with specifically getting talents ready for your next 3D print. Let's take a look at talents here, specifically ones we want to focus. We're not focusing about your Siegebreaker. Nobody cares. V-Man, Beastmaster, nobody cares. Beastmaster's for Refinery prints anyways. V-Man's for level 13 Vial prints. So let's go down specifically. We're going to be focusing on DK, Wizard, Mage, they're the exact same thing, and then Blood Berserker. These are the 3 ones we're going to work on because if you understand the concepts of these 3, they work for everybody else. Nobody cares about Archer because Archer has doggo prints anyways. I sleep. So right off the get-go for each one of these, the biggest ones are going to be brute efficiency, smart efficiency, and also the brute efficiency as well. You want to make sure that these can get as high as possible because these get really, really, really good. Oh, also, if you haven't noticed, if you want the max amount of skill XP for your DK, make sure to always check construction when you log in for the day with your Blood Berserker because there's this weird bug that happens that you get less XP checking on your DK than you do on your Blood Berserker. It's really dumb. So just make sure that you just check your construction on your Blood Berserker for max XP. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's weird. So right off the get-go, brute efficiency, smart efficiency, the bottom left one is the best. Followed by the idle skiller and active AFKer. Those are also huge. Also main stat, specifically for warrior when mining, is going to be the HP one. Specifically for the mage when chopping is going to be the mana one, and HP for fishing doesn't matter. Moving on to the next page. We want to work on things like health overdrive, which is going to be specifically for mining. Very, very big one as well is stress-tested garbs, hungry for food, firmly grasp it, big pick, copper collector, mother load, and tool proficiency. Big pick is massive. It works for AFK and works for active. You want to have this on your bar. It is juiced. So good. 100% want to have that. And also, strength in numbers is kind of like a mid-maxy thing. You can have that going because it does affect your HP, which in total will affect your hardy diggy. For mage, logs on logs is the best thing you can get. It is some of the most disgusting amounts. Not to mention things like deforesting all, of course, leaf thief. Also very, very good. Knowledge power isn't that good, but mana overdrive is a must and free meal. And then obviously anything that gives you main stat is going to be good, but prioritize the other ones before prioritizing main stat. And then specifically, if you're going to be fishing, the things that you only really need to worry about is going to be hangry for gold for your golden ribs, and also your firmly grasp it. And stress test scarps because it gives you more strength. Moving on to the next one. I mean, this stuff is good, but we're not talking about construction, we're talking about prints. So that doesn't really matter, except for Fistful of Obels if you want to get a little bit more strength. For this one here, same thing. Doesn't really matter all that much unless you want to get Wizwumbo or Occult Obels to give you a little bit more. But other than that, we're not worrying about worship. We're worrying about prints. But this is where the fisherman becomes really juiced. Things like worming undercover, bobbing for bobbers, and all fish diet, and catching some Z's. All 4 of those are pretty good, but I think the best ones are catching some Z's, and then bobbing for bobbers and worming undercover. Those are very, very good ones. You want to get those maxed on characters that need to get fish. And obviously, strength some more, fistful of obols, stronger statues, definitely all help in general as well. And then also, I'm probably going to get this in chat, shielded statues and staring statues, also really good. Yeah, I know fishing diet is XP only. I'm still suggesting it because it's XP, because you need skill XP. And then finally, for our 4th tab, we have things such as Family Guy, which can help out. Skill strengthen, super, super strong. Overblown testosterone, pretty good as well. And then symbols is god tier. Symbols should be maxed on every character no matter what. Symbols is literally one of the best talents in the game by far. Same thing with this. Family Guy, skill whiz, utmost intellect, symbols. And then same as before, skill strengthen, overblown testosterone, Family Guy, and symbols and beyond. Now that we've covered this skill, the stats that you want, make sure to get all your equipments going right. Obviously, you're probably missing. I mean, you got tools for most of your guys, but you want to build your tools up because everybody knows the higher tools, the more you get. Good stuff. More armor. You know, serrated Rex rings. Make sure they're all set up. You have Idle Skiller, so you're officially a Chad for that, so you can get a highest print thanks to Idle Skiller. And just make sure that you're all set up for that. AFKs, what's not, all that good stuff. Now, the one thing I want to check as well before we head off and do all this stuff, because we're going quite overkill on this, is I just want to give you a tip when it comes to Barbarian, okay? So here's what I like to do personally when doing a Barbarian print. You want to have 1 of each fish, okay? There's 9 fish in the game as of right now. Wait, no, there's more. There's goldfish, jellyfish, hermit cans, bloaches, that's 4. And then we have sand sharks. Okay, there's 12. Yeah, there's about 12. So you want to get whatever fish that you need to get. 13, 12, 13, whatever. You want to get as many fish as you want to get, but leave 1 spot for copper ore. Because if you're not farming fish for a selected sample, you're printing out atoms. Because so you want to make sure to leave at least 1 spot on your Barbarian for copper ore, specifically for atom pushing. And that's the only extra suggestion I'd make. So other than that, and then also when you're setting up your prints, what you want is you want bugs for archers such as Siegebreaker. So let's go down. River Daw, bugs. DK, ore, wizard, logs, mobster, fish plus 1 copper ore. Shaman, logs. Fisherman, you can do the same thing again if you want, or if you're trying to hourly click, you can also get this guy to do ore as well. Beastmaster, refinery prints. This is the only thing Beastmaster should be doing, is making sure you get all your refinery prints, or specifically to keep perpetual motion going, so you never run out. B-Man, level 13 vials. How do you get level 13 vials? Well, the thing with V-Man is when you go in the V-Man speedrun, you can take samples. And if you're running bossing veins and you kill all the bosses first, before you go ahead and do your prints, you will get a ton of mob respawn. So that way, and also you want to pop Void Radius before you take a print, because that's how you're seeing people getting like 1.45 million green spores or 5 million green spore prints, is because they do that specific strat. So you want to make sure whenever you take prints, you want to go on a V-Man speedrun. The next DK, ore. And then finally the wizard, another log. So that's how you kind of want to set up your printer, and that's how that's going to benefit you the most. I think we went through his whole account. I think we're good. So to go over, obviously I stopped writing stuff done partway through. You just got to rewatch the VOD or rewatch when it comes out to figure it all out in total. This will give you a big list. But the main ones to cover are crystalline stamp to 200, multi-tool stamp to 200, ladle stamp to 200, and get a stamp average of 7,500. That's a very big one. Multi-resource bubbles are equal to 300%. That's also equating things like star signs, stamps, etc. Scaling bubbles to 85%. Getting all those will just help get your prints to the next level. Treasure Trove and Emoji Veggie if you're going to start prioritizing sigils, because both of those are super huge, but I'd rather see you get more liquid cap first. Run Royal Sampler on everyone to ensure that you get 90% sample rate. We need to fix your salt ranks. This is my own personal opinion, but I would suggest to go with Perpetual Motion until you understand the salt mechanic itself. And then you can start doing other stuff if you want to start going that way. Hard focus, boron, and carbon. These are going to be your two most beneficial things. And remember the boron trick I told you and the carbon trick? Well, I mean, not the carbon trick, but mostly the boron trick. Remember to use that. Carbon will just help you push so you can get higher max waves. Eclipse Skulls for World 1 to World 2 minimum. This is kind of to tell where you're at in the game to see how good you are. If this takes you a small amount of time and it's just a free way to build extra damage. Skill Dimwit max with the other prayers that I suggested as well. Skim Dimwit is by far your big one. Also, I'm more than certain that you can go ahead and obtain Zerg Rushogen with the current tower levels you have at the moment. Your worship needs love. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Out of all the things, your worship's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Okay? Some characters don't even have skulls on it. Go get your skulls done. Start leveling up. Remember the trick with the balloons that I said? Get that done. Okay? You and I both know you need to work on it. You're ready for max higher waves. Bro, you're currently at like 100, 110. Bro, I can at least see you getting like minimum 130. Minimum 130. Some places, like I could even see you getting Goblin 140 at this point. Okay, you're ready to push those to the next level. You just need to watch a couple of guides. Fluoride after boron carbon. Everything you have is level 30. Okay, you're looking good. Next thing you need to max is bone marrow. You get bone marrow at 245 on top of getting on top of the bonus with fluoride. I mean, you're gonna be juicing. And just make sure to go through all your cooking and just like take stacks of 10 ladles, right? And then just pick a bunch of them and just start starting spams of 10 and leveling them up a couple times, so then you build up that bone marrow at the same time, right? Unlock the rest of artifacts to get at least ancient. I mean, you know this. This is just part of things that you guys are going. Finish the Dungeon Flurbo shop. You're still missing a couple of things that you want to get going. And finally, once you're done all that, you can start green stacking. Those are what I suggest for you to get started. You have lots of things to do. But all in all, counts pretty good. I think you have a pretty good idea of what you need to do. I just think it was more or less of the direction that you needed to go, you know? Because you kind of had, you know, good stuff here, good stuff there, but then lacking on some stuff. I think once you start building that other stuff in, I think the domino effects will just start happening and you'll just start being able to smooth sail after that. But good luck, River, and I wish the best of luck you did. Have fun.